Looked up the latest research on MS and the microbiome, and that's how I came across Tributyrin. Microbes in your gut, they tell your immune system what to do. Shifts the immune system away from autoimmunity, and at the same time, it supports myelin repair and neuronal energy metabolism. So basically, those are big words for it does a lot of good. You have myelin problems. If you have MS, you have myelin problems. You have cellular energy problems. You are messed up. Your body's messed up. And Tributyrin, it solves a butyrate delivery problem in MS. It delivers butyrate exactly where it needs to be. And what the hell is butyrate? So in MS, butyrate is one of the most powerful missing signals that you can have. Hands down, one of the most powerful. But people with MS, they can't reliably make or absorb enough from food or fiber, because normally you use fiber and boom, it turns like butyrate, like all this stuff happens. But people with MS, it doesn't work that way. So what is this butyrate stuff and why does it matter? So butyrate, it teaches the immune system what not to attack. Your immune system, it sees myelin and it's like, what is that? And then boom, boom, attack, attack, attack. That's kind of what your immune system's doing. Butyrate, it looks at the immune system and it says like, look, man, are you dumb or are you stupid? Like you need to get retrained. So from a scientific perspective, butyrate, it increases the FOXP3 regulatory T cells. These are your Treg cells. The Treg cells, they tell your immune system what to attack, what not to attack, when to calm down, when to stop friendly fire. And so Tregs, they're the brakes of your immune system. It basically says just calm down, and you want your Tregs to work. Butyrate, it also just suppresses Th1 and Th17 autoimmune responses. So these are the cells, these are like the main gangs in MS, like the attack troops, because they're causing demyelination and inflammation in MS. So Th1 and Th17, these are the main gangs. When people say inflammation, these are the inflammatory cells that you want to pay attention to if you have MS. So MS, it's not just some random inflammation. It's specifically Th1 and Th17. So butyrate, it says like, okay, these mofos are the problem. Th1, Th17, you mofos are the problem. So that's kind of what you want to focus on. Butyrate, it also reduces IFNY, or interferon gamma, interleukin 17, and TNFA, or just tumor necrosis factor alpha. So all of these, well, interferon gamma and tumor necrosis factor alpha, these are part of the Th1 gang. So that's kind of, I picture it as like a gang. That way it's just easier to picture. You'll see this as IFN-Y. That's going to be interferon gamma. And then tumor necrosis factor alpha, you see that as TNF-A. So they're part of the Th1 gang. And normally they're supposed to fight viruses. And that's what they normally do. But in MS, they fight myelin. Like they kind of go around, they're like, where you from, cuz? Where you from, cuz? Where you from? And then someone says, I'm from the myelin sheath. They're like, oh, really now? And then they just start attacking. That's kind of what happens. Now, interleukin 17, well, that's one bad mamma jamma. Like interleukin 17, it's a bad mofo. So normally it fights pathogens, but in MS, they loosen the tight junctions. So it crosses the blood-brain barrier. Remember in MS, your blood-brain barrier is getting messed up. So you have leaky gut and you got that leaky brain going on. And interleukin 17, it causes neuroinflammation. So it kind of just says like, look, I know I'm not supposed to go into the brain, but let's just kind of go in there. Let's make this guy dumb. Let's make this person dumb. So that's kind of what interleukin 17 is doing. What butyrate is doing, butyrate is producing, it promotes immune tolerance, not like full-on immunosuppression, it's immune tolerance. So it's telling your immune system not to attack itself. So butyrate, it looks at all this. It looks at interleukin 17, tumor necrosis factor alpha, is looking at the Th1 gang, the Th17 gang, and it says, okay, mofos, you're about to find out who's boss up in here. Drop and give me 50. So, I mean, butyrate is just retraining them. It's retraining your immune system. And that's just a start of what butyrate does. So it has indirect myelin support. And butyrate, it helps oligodendrocytes differentiation. So this is like the cocooning process. So oligodendrocytes, these are the cells that produce myelin. And hey, I mean, your myelin's getting destroyed. You might as well figure out how to produce more, right? So before they become oligodendrocytes, they're oligodendrocyte precursor cells. They're OPCs. And so butyrate, it helps this process. It helps that cocooning process. So OPCs, they're like babies. So imagine a doctor. A doctor's delivering a baby, but before that baby can become an adult, he just throws it away. Boom, just throws it away. That's what your body is doing in MS. It's like, oh, these OPCs, they're babies. I'll just throw them away. Before they become oligodendrocytes, let's just throw them away. That's what your body's doing. The doctor is the problem. So you got to get rid of the doctor. Butyrate, it removes like inflammatory blockers. So imagine like an electrician, they're trying to fix a flood, or they're trying to fix wires in a flooded basement. That's how your body is right now. It's probably not a good idea for an electrician to go into a basement where everything's flooded and they're trying to fix wires. It would be much smarter to clean up the basement, get rid of the water, so on, and then start getting to work. If you don't clean up the basement before the electrician gets started, then it's just going to be hard for him to do the work. And that's what's happening with your body. Your body's all messed up, it's flooded, and it's just hard for your body to actually do the work. So remember, the problem in MS, it's not that there isn't enough butyrate. Well, the problem with MS is that butyrate just isn't being absorbed or made, really. It's just not enough of it is being absorbed or made. So you have all these benefits of butyrate, and it's like, well, I'm just going to eat and then I'm going to produce butyrate. Well, the problem is your body's just not doing it. Like, you know, it's good, it's just not doing it. So in MS, your brain is trying to repair itself. It's trying to produce these OPCs, the oligodendrocyte precursor cells. But several things, they block these OPCs from becoming all that they can be. It blocks OPCs from becoming oligodendrocytes. So like, imagine Einstein, he's hanging out in a gang-infested neighborhood. Like these cytokines, interleukin 17, tumor necrosis factor alpha, interferon gamma, you have mitochondrial stress, you have toxic microglial stress, you have all these gang members, and they're telling Einstein, like, hey man, don't worry about all that scientific theory of relativity crap that you're working on. Let's just go rob some people. Like, Einstein's just hanging out with the wrong people. Butyrate, it looks at all that and it says, we should probably put Einstein in maybe a better environment, maybe like a scientific environment. That way he can actually get work done. That's what butyrate is doing. So butyrate, it cleans up the flooded basement for the electrician to get to work. Butyrate, he gets rid of that dumb doctor throwing away the babies. Okay, so I'm talking about all these things that butyrate does, but this whole video is about Tributyrin. So what is Tributyrin? So, I mean, if butyrate is so good, why not just take butyrate directly? Why not just get a supplement of butyrate and just take it directly instead of this Tributyrin stuff? So remember, in MS, we have problems producing butyrate. So your body's like, I know it's good, but oh well, I ain't doing all that. That's what your body's doing. So even if you eat fiber, it's just not working as well as it should be because you're just not absorbing fiber the way you should be. So fiber, it's like sending raw ingredients to a factory. That's kind of what happens with fiber. But the factory is broken in MS. It's not working. It's not producing the levels of butyrate that it should be. And that is where Tributyrin comes into play. Tributyrin delivers butyrate directly into circulation and into the immune cells, regardless of gut microbiome quality. So your gut microbiome is all messed up. Tributyrin is like, you know what? Boom, let's just deliver it right where it needs to go. Let's just deliver butyrate exactly where it needs to be. So you're telling your body, like, listen, mofo, I don't care what you say. You're going to take some butyrate whether you want it or not. So shut up and take it like a man. That's what you're telling your body. Tributyrin is the shipping of the final product. That's what Tributyrin is. Or that's what Tributyrin is doing. So you're basically saying, okay, broken factory, like, okay, I don't need you anyways. I'm just going to ship the finished product. Booyah, now get out my face. Tributyrin, it's absorbed as a neutral triglyceride. So that's basically a fancy way of saying like it's released slowly and systematically in your body. So it's absorbed really well. It survives digestion and it delivers butyrate into circulation. Boom, just like that. So kind of like, hey, take that, MS. Do what you got to do. I'm going to get butyrate whether you want to or not. So what's the dosage? Well, with the dosage, with the studies, they were going up to like 2,000 milligrams. The supplement that I have, it's like per pill is like 550 milligrams. I'll take anywhere between 1 and 3 a day. Like